Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I'm reviewing the Zip Clutch from Alpaka. This is a really nice little piece of gear that I use as sort of an accessory with things like the modular sling version 2, which I reviewed previously. This is a great little piece for traveling and everyday carry if you don't want to have, like a small wallet, or if you need to carry things like a notebook or a small EDC setup. So it's made from that Eco RX30 material that Alpaka has used quite a lot on their products, and this is the ocean color, and it's got the nice AquaGuard YKK zips, so it's pretty weather resistant, which is great for a pouch like this because not only do you use this in other things, but with this little wrist strap, it can be held as a clutch separately or attached to things like the hub system, which is it's compatible with. Now, the wrist strap here is nice and sturdy and has a nice enough sort of size opening for sort of good use. It has a little swivel point on it there, so it's able to be a versatile little carry, and it's relatively sort of simple to remove and put back on. You just pinch that clip down and then that slides off. I've been using this without the wrist strap, as I said, as part of my carry with things like my modular sling. I'm going to talk a little bit about the parts and features of this. I'll show the kind of carry it can hold and then talk about some pros and cons. So dimension-wise, it's 18.5 centimeters by 11 centimeters by 1 centimeter. Now that will of course depend on what you're carrying in it, but the thing with this case is that there's not a lot of room for bulking it out. Yes, you could carry something like a phone charger in here, which would be really handy, but it's not designed I don't think for that kind of carry. It weighs about 60 grams, so it's not super heavy, and it's got a capacity of 0.2 of a litre, so not a huge capacity. And it retails for about $68. So it's not an inexpensive little piece of gear, but it does pack some decent features at that price. As I said, good wrist strap, nice YKK AquaGuard zips, and this Eco RX30 material on the outside, and the traditional ripstop nylon on the inside. On the outside, you've got these two pen or long EDC slots on the outside there. I've been using these for pens. It's been really handy. You've got a zip pouch on the front here, which is just a simple, sort of a flat opening there. You've got the main compartment, which opens up to have a solid center, section there, and then two partitioned openings on the side there, big enough for things like cards, and then you've got an open slot on the back. So this is particularly good if you want to carry like a small notebook, or if you're traveling and want to put passport and boarding pass and things down there as well. It's a really useful and versatile piece of gear to keep your things organized, whether you want to carry this in your pocket. It's not small for a pocket carry, but it is sort of like pocketable, or as I said, as part of an extended carry. And of course with that hub system, you can attach it to the inside of backpacks, the outside of backpacks, and it's pretty secure. Another thing I really enjoy about this particular piece is that it's RFID blocking. Now, a lot of people debate the necessity of RFID blocking, but I think if you're traveling, you can't be too safe. And so having RFID blocking, especially on something like this that you will carry cards or a passport in, I think is a pretty useful little addition. And that's the basics of this very simple little piece. Let's now do a quick fill of it so you can get a bit of an idea. This is how I've been using this. So those card slots on the inside there, it says they will hold between 4 and 12 cards. I'm just putting like a handful of business cards down in each of those slots, so you can see they fit really, really well. The cards do come out the top of those little slots there, but they're well protected under the zip. Then in this main part of this, I've just been putting passport. I've traveled recently with this, and it was a great way to carry my passport that kept it safe and out of the way. Then pen loops on the front here. I have the Lamy 2000 mechanical pencil, and then the tactile turn from the tonal range. This is the slate version in the standard size, and they fit super comfortably. I have carried bigger pens in here. Let's have a look at a couple of those. So we'll start with something like Alami Safari, fits very, very comfortably in that bigger compartment. And then something like the Jinhao X159 also fits incredibly comfortably. So if you've got bigger pens or tools, you might want to carry, you know, depending on what you do, a box cutter or a knife or something like that, you are easily going to be able to fit it into these. For me, it's worked perfectly as pens for that everyday carry use. In this front pouch, I've just been carrying cash, and for the sake of the exercise today, I'll just put some sheets of like Rhodia paper down in there to give the idea of that. That covers up really, really well. And then in that back pouch, I've been carrying a Clairefontaine pocket notebook. Now this is a slightly bigger pocket notebook, but you can see it fits into that slot pretty perfectly. Now that does extend the pouch out to probably closer to 3 centimeters in depth. But as I said, it's still pretty compact. It doesn't have a whole lot of room for expansion there. But this carry pretty much fills it out. Like, just for the sake of the exercise, here's my Henry & Co. Aluminium wallet. Even if I just put that down in there, that zip is going to struggle to do up around the passport there. So yeah, that is probably as much as I would carry in here. You know, use it as a wallet, not as a place to carry your wallet as well as other gear, or, you know, however you want to carry it, but just be aware that there's not a whole lot of room, particularly this main pouch, for sort of like chunkier items. So let's talk about the pros and cons now of the Alpaka Zip Clutch. I really like this piece. I'm going to say that straight up. There are a couple of cons. First is that limited capacity, particularly like if you wanted to carry an extra book in there or some extra, you know, like wallet or cash or whatever. Yeah, that's a bit hard. Also, the zip is not the easiest zip to use when that is full. You do feel it sort of catch. You can sort of see where it's going to catch just there. And it sort of grips through there a little bit. But everything is sturdy and well protected, and you can see nothing is sort of particularly, you know, sort of squeezed in there or anything like that. But there are lots of pros. I do like the ability to have this wrist strap connected, as well as using this as part of the other hub system. So you can get the magnetic latches or, you know, sort of carabiner style latches, and you can attach it into things like the inside straps of the Elements backpack, for instance, or alongside some of the Bravo pieces as well as, you know, sort of putting it on a strong clip and wearing it on the front of a bag. I really like the fact that it's big enough to hold a passport securely. Made it really nice for me when I was traveling to be able to have that sort of ready on hand. And also, I like the fact that it's RFID blocking. As I said, a lot of people do debate the need for RFID blocking, but I don't think you can be too safe. And if you can find something that has it, it's just one extra level of precaution that you can take to protect yourself and your gear. I think this Eco RX30 ocean material is really lovely. I love this particular shade of blue. I think it's very beautiful, and I think this material holds up really well. You can see like a few little scuff marks and those kinds of things, as you would expect, but it's holding up nicely. In fact, the only fraying that I've found on this is on the edge of the zipper there, which, you know, on the pull tab. So there's, you know, it's well made, it's well stitched, like it's all very, very securely made and done. And it's got a little bit of water resistance, all those kinds of things, and it's super convenient. So I was carrying this, as I said, in the modular sling. It fits perfectly in that V2 modular sling, but also in the Mini Elements tech case or in the Bravo sling, things like that, the Go sling. This has fit in every one of the Alpaka slings that I have. And I am able to comfortably use this as part of that system, just to keep those bits and pieces nice and tidy, and then you take that out and you put it into another bag, whatever you desire. So this was the Zip Clutch from Alpaka. I hope you found this video interesting and useful. Please like and subscribe, hit the notifications button. Please follow the link in this video description to go to my mini storefront where you can get a little bit of a discount on Alpaka gear. I'm a proud user and ambassador of the Alpaka gear. I think it's well made, it's great, it's well thought out, and this is no exception to that. So jump over, get yours, and make use of that little discount. So enjoy your gear. Enjoy whatever you use for travel or everyday carry, and I'll talk to you soon.